Being enthusiastic sometimes is developed by the inward motivation that you have. And that's what today's story is about. It's about the inward motivation. Several years ago on an extremely hot day, a crew of men was working on the roadbed of the railroad when they were interrupted by a slow-moving train. The train ground to a stop and the window in the last car, which incidentally was custom made and air conditioned, was raised. A friendly voice called out, "Dave, is that you?" Dave Anderson, the crew chief, called back, "Sure is, Jim. Really good to see you." With that pleasant exchange, Dave Anderson was invited to join Jim Murphy, the president of the railroad. For over an hour, the men exchanged pleasantries and then shook hands warmly as the train pulled out. Dave Anderson's crew immediately surrounded him, and everyone expressed astonishment that he knew Jim Murphy, the president of the railroad, as a personal friend. Dave then explained that over 20 years earlier, he and Jim Murphy had started to work for the railroad on the same day. One of the men, half jokingly and half seriously, asked Dave why he was still working out in the hot sun and Jim had gotten to be president. Rather wistfully, Dave explained, 23 years ago, I went to work for an hourly wage, and Jim Murphy went to work for the railroad. Enthusiasm comes from an inward motivation. If you're working for a great cause, if you're playing football for a great cause, if you're going to school for a cause, if you can see down the road, if you're working for the railroad, if you're simply working for the hourly wage, then you're destined to spend your entire life working for an hourly wage. It's when you're working for a cause that you have enthusiasm. When you can see the cause and you believe you're working for something greater than an hourly wage, then you're going to become great.